Hey guys, Coach Jason, hope you're doing well. So, this angle's kind of weird. It looks like I'm about 11 feet tall. Essentially looks like this like Paul Bunyan talking to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull myself in here and lower this so that we're a little bit more of a normal level. Okay, I won't stand up now because I won't have a head. So I'll just sit down and go over what I'm going to talk about today. This is a continuation of my video series for workouts. My last video I did my 800 and 1500 meter / mile workouts in part 2, so additional workouts. You'll see both videos in the description down below actually. Today I'm going to go over part 2 of 3K or 3200, 2-mile workouts, and even some workouts that you can utilize for the 3000 meter steeple. I've utilized these things, these workouts I should say, for athletes that I've coached at the high school, college, and post-collegiate levels over the last 20 years with success. So I wanted to share them with you so that you have more options to consider for your own training program or for the athletes that you're working with. Okay, and again, this is all from 20 plus years experience coaching at all those levels. I'm also a USATF certified coach. I'm also a Wharton certified musculoskeletal and flexibility therapist. So I'm here to keep you healthy while you run fast. All right. By the way, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. If you like good running content and you just want to get a lot of information, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Take a look at the videos. I've got over 100 videos already out of fully detailed stuff, from everything from middle distance events all the way up to the marathon. Fully detailed training programs, and then you'll see how I put workouts, how I lay them out, and so on and so forth. I don't always like to just give, here are my 5 secret workouts or my 4 key workouts. That's great and all, but I like to show you how I implement it, where I put them, and explain everything around it so you can see the method to the madness. You see the logic. You say, okay, it makes more sense now. Okay, I want you to have a full understanding of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay, that way if you want to use it, you'll understand yourself on how to incorporate it for yourself or for your athletes. Okay, with that, oh, by the way, if you want to see, if you not only want to see those videos, but if you want to see more videos, and because after this I'm going to do my part 2 for 5K workouts, and then I'm going to go to 10K, then half marathon, then marathon. A bunch of new workout options for all those events. So make sure you hit that bell next to it so you don't miss out. Okay, with that, let's get to the good stuff. Okay, and I broke it down to early season, mid season, and late season, and a progression. Okay, first of which, let's go to the early season workouts. I have 6 times an 800. Okay, 800 meter reps is a good staple rep, and with a 2-minute recovery at your current 3K pace. So let's say you just ran 10 minutes for 2 miles, which is approximately 9:20 for 3K or something like that. Okay, which is about 2:40 for 800. So 10 minutes. 10 minutes for 2 miles, 2:30 per 800. So it would be 6 by 800 meters essentially. Okay, and 6 by 800 meters at 2:30 with a 2-minute recovery. Again, if you need to adjust, if you have athletes who may not be able to do that many, that's fine. You could build yourself up. This is a repeatable workout. You can go to 4 reps, and then 5 reps the next time, then build to 6, and so on and so forth. It just gives you some options, okay? The next one, 11 by 400 meters, okay? With a 1-minute recovery at your 3K pace, okay? With a caveat. The 3rd rep, the 6th rep, and the 9th rep are going to be at mile pace, okay? So let's say you're that same 10-minute 2-miler and you run about a 4:40 for the mile, something like that, okay? You're running those 400s in 75, but the 3rd, 6th, and the 9th you're running them in about 70, okay? It teaches you how to accelerate during a workout, to practice accelerating during a race, okay, with the same recovery, all right? If you need to give yourself a little extra recovery for the less experience of the younger athletes after the harder reps, then you can maybe go 75 seconds or 90 seconds. But the goal ultimately is to get them down to 1-minute recovery for the whole entire workout. Okay? Next one, 4 to 5 times 1,000 meters. Okay? With a 3-minute recovery at your current 3K pace. And again, this is all over distance stuff. It's early season. This is the time to do more volume and build towards more volume. Okay? and which will enable you to easily transition or safely transition over as you go on to either faster stuff and shorter stuff, and so on and so forth, or the same things with less rest, however you kind of build out your program. Okay, now let's go to the red alternators, I call them. This is specifically for the 3K steeple. Okay, two options. The first one's 6 by 600 meters with a 2-minute recovery. Okay, this is more in line. This is 3,600 meters, so not much more than your 3,000. So the first rep, the third rep, and the fifth rep are going to be over the barriers, the way that they would be laid out, hurdles, however you have them at where you train. And then the second, fourth, and sixth one will be on the flats, so you run them slightly faster. Obviously, these are going to be at your goal steeple pace, okay? And these will be more in line with about your 2-mile pace, okay? And again, alternating, barriers, flats, barriers, flats, barriers, flats. It's a good early season workout, okay? And then you build on that, okay? You can build to 4 by 800 meters, which is a total of 2 miles, okay? With a 3-minute recovery. You do the first rep over the barrier and the third rep over the barriers, okay, with the hurdles. And the second and the fourth rep are on the flats, okay? So barrier, flats, barrier, flats. Again, it's your goal steeple pace, and you're about 2-mile pace, okay? So it's, flats obviously going to be faster. Now, that's early season. Let's go to mid-season. That's 6 by 800 meter workout again from early season, but now half of them are at your current race pace for 3K, and half of them are at your goal 3K pace. So if you're running, let's say, 12 minutes, which is a 6-minute mile, 3-minute 800, and your goal is to go 11:30, then the second half are going to be at slightly faster pace. So, which would be 11:30, be 5:45, 2:52, about 2:52 for the 800. Okay, and you're gradually getting faster throughout the workout. Okay, it's transitioning throughout the season. Okay, so that's your first one. They all have a 2-minute recovery. Next one is 3 sets of 1,200 meters / 400 meters. Okay, so 3 broken miles. All right, there's a 1:30 recovery after the 1,200 meters, which is done at a 3K pace, and then after the 400 meters, which is at mile pace, you take a 4-minute recovery, repeat the set. Okay, this gives you a chance to run some stuff at 3K pace and then slightly faster to simulate closing hard. Okay, for 3 sets. If you can't do 3, then 2 is ideal. You may find some athletes who are a little bit more strength oriented can do 3 sets, and the less experienced athletes can handle 2 sets. That's okay. 3 sets is a good number to build towards. All right. And then lastly, 12 by 400 meters with that same 1-minute recovery. So we added 1 rep. Okay, at 3K pace. Okay, goal 3K pace throughout the whole thing. But this time, it's going to be the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th rep at mile pace. Okay, just adding a rep and moving the accelerated 400s around a little bit. Okay, those are your 3 flat workouts. Now for the alternator, for the steeple, this is a workout that you can actually do twice. 2 times the 1,500 meters. The first one you can try 1,500 meters on the flat, and then the second rep you could do 1,500 meters over the hurdles or barriers, and then the second time you do the workout, you try to do 2 by 1,500 meters over the barriers to simulate. Okay, and they're going to be a goal steeple pace. Okay, so if your goal is 10 minutes, you're running these in 5 minutes, or trying to run them in 5 minutes. Okay, you want to simulate as much as possible to see how well you're progressing and see how close or far off you are to your goal. Okay, that's what alternates for mid-season. Now let's go to late season. Repeating that 6 by 800 meter effort again, but now they're all going to be at your goal 3K pace with a 2-minute recovery. Okay, should be able to handle that now. Okay, progressively faster 800 meter repeat workout. Let's say every 3 weeks, or you do this one here, and then 3 weeks later, or 4 weeks later, and then you repeat 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, and you're right around late season. Okay, then repeating the 400 meter workout, but we've added a rep, 13 by 400. With that same 1-minute recovery at goal 3K pace again. But now the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th mile are at mile pace. And again, you can be fitter and faster at this point, so you adjust the paces accordingly. Okay? This would be goal mile pace, goal 3K pace. So that's that. And then lastly, This is about a good workout to do about 10 days out from your key 3K or 2-mile race or 3,200. You do a 2-kilometer effort at your goal pace for a 3K or 2 miles. Okay. Then you take an 8-minute active recovery, and then you do on the back end a 600-meter effort at 2-minute with 2-minute recovery, 500-meter effort with a 1-minute 30 recovery, a 400-meter effort with a 1-minute recovery, and then a 300-meter effort. And they progress from mile pace down to 800-meter pace. Okay, so a nice hard tail end of a workout after that. It'll give you a really good idea not only how close you are to your 3K, but how strong you are in terms of picking up the pace or at the end with that. Right, it'll also help you at the very least maintain your pace, okay, which is going to feel like you're running faster anyway at that point if you're holding off with your life. So those are my late season workouts. And lastly, the alternator workout for the steeple. 2 times 1 mile over the hurdles or the barriers with a 5-minute recovery in between the two at your goal steeple pace, goal 3K steeple pace. So again, if it's 10 minutes is your goal, you're trying to run these miles in 5 minutes, okay? Yeah, no, if 10 minutes is your, if 10 minutes is your steeple goal, which is a 10:42 mile, these need to be in 5:20 or slightly faster. So my apologies. And that's it, okay? Here's a breakdown, okay? Hopefully you found some options helpful here. And let me know what you think. Put some feedback in the comments down below if you have suggestions of your own or great workouts that you've utilized. Share them in the comments. You know, I want to share as much as I possibly can with as many people in the running community as possible, athlete or coach. And I learn from my athletes just as much as they learn from me. And my goal is to make this one of the better running channels out there, one of the more educational and informative ones, and less flashy. Okay. At some point, I will have, I'll be able to point things and stuff like that. Once the channel is monetized, it's not there yet. So your support is greatly appreciated. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you don't plan on subscribing, please hit the thumbs up for all the videos that you watch. It's very helpful with YouTube, working it through and sharing it through its community. And I greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot. So again, hope this was helpful. Be on the lookout for the next video. You're not going to want to miss it. And if you don't want to miss it, hit that bell and that subscribe button. The next one's going to be additional workouts for 5K. Okay? Track, cross country, or road. Doesn't matter. All right? So I'll talk to you next time.